Hi, kids. Yesterday, we started talking about the three branches of government. Today, we're going to focus on the executive branch. The executive branch is one of the three main branches that make up our government. The executive branch is made up of four parts: the president, the vice president, the cabinet, and the executive office of the president. We're going to learn a little bit more about each of these sections. Let's start by talking about the president. The president is elected every 4 years, and the president can be president for a total of 8 years. What the president's job is to enforce or put in place the laws. They are the commander-in-chief of the U.S. military. They live in the White House in Washington, D.C., and their nickname is POTUS, or President of the United States. I'm going to show a little video to learn what it takes to become the president.
Lots of people dream of becoming President of the United States. But to officially run for office, a person needs to meet three basic requirements established by the U.S. Constitution. A presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen, at least 35 years old, and a U.S. resident for at least 14 years. People with similar ideas usually belong to the same political party. The two main parties in the U.S. are Republican and Democrat. Many people want to be president. They campaign around the country and compete to try to win their party's nomination. In caucuses, party members meet, discuss, and vote for who they think would be the best party candidate. In primaries, party members vote in a state election for the candidate they want to represent them in the general election. After the primaries and caucuses, each major party, Democrat and Republican, holds a national convention to select a presidential nominee. The party's presidential nominee announces his or her choice for vice president. The presidential candidates campaign throughout the country to win the support of the general population. On election day, people in every state cast their vote. When people cast their vote, they are actually voting for a group of people called electors. The number of electors each state gets is equal to its total number of senators and representatives in Congress. A total of 538 electors form the Electoral College. Each elector casts one vote following the general election. The candidate who gets 270 votes or more wins. The newly elected president and vice president are then inaugurated on January 20th. For more information, go to kids.usa.gov/president.
Okay, so that's a little bit about becoming the president. Now, the vice president is another person in the executive branch. The vice president is chosen by the president during his or her campaign to become president. The vice president's main job is that they will take over for the president if something were to happen to him or her. They live in Washington, D.C., near the White House. Next up is something called the Executive Office of the President, and this is a group of people chosen to speak on behalf of the president to keep U.S. citizens informed. They give the president advice on important government issues. And finally, we have the cabinet. The cabinet is a group of people that work closely with the president. Members of the cabinet are chosen by the president after he or she is elected. Different members are in charge of different departments to make important decisions on issues such as education, transportation, and national security. Now, what your job is going to be today to learn a little bit more about the executive branch is in your Seesaw, you have an article called Executive Branch Article and Activity. What you're going to do is add a response, and then you are going to read the article, the three branches of government, the executive branch. So you'll go through the slides on the side, and it'll tell you a little bit more about those four parts of the executive branch. Then you have 5 questions to answer about that article. If you're not sure of the answer, please go back in the article and reread to make sure that you get the right answer. When you're done, you can turn it in to me. If you have any questions, let me know.